Okay guys, so now I have two tasks for you to complete just to get yourself a little bit more accustomed to using the tools and modifying shapes within Flash. The first one is a very simple one. You just come up here to your line tool, click, hold down the shift button and move it straight across. You have a straight line that divides your stage. Now if you just go up here to your selection tool, what I would like you to do, only using this straight line, I want you to spell out your name. Now that might sound a little bit strange at first, but let me quickly give you a demonstration. So, with strokes, you are able to add vector points by holding down Alt on Windows or Option on a Mac. Basically what that will mean as opposed to curving the entire line, you are able to make a brand new point from which the rest of the line will be affected. So, for example, my name is Owain, so I'll start by making a letter O. So I've already clicked Alt and dragged the line up here. I'm going to click somewhere around here, Alt or Option, again on Mac, click and make myself a brand new point. Let's go around here. And again, Alt and click, and Alt. I understand this is a very rough, jagged O, but of course you can, if you want to, click in between the vector points and curve out those lines as well. Okay, so we have a bit of a bulbous, but it is an O. And then basically do the same the rest of your name. So using the Alt key, we're going to click and drag up, click and drag. Oh, let me start that again. So what I'll do is I'll click and drag down and then click and drag up. That way the stroke won't touch the rest of the image and muddle itself up the rest of the image. So next will be a W for me. Click Alt again. Alt again. I'm just keeping my finger down on Alt when I'm making all of these clicks. And just to notice as well, it doesn't matter how close you click. So you can click here and drag all the way down and see how that line condenses to make that. Or you can click really fairly close and drag out. Okay, so it's very easy to kind of modify an effect. So there's my W. I'll drag down, make myself a capital A. Now the capital A will probably be the most difficult letter to produce. What I'll do is I will make a small selection and drag this line back and drag this line back. Now I'll just move this vector point out. There you go, there's my capital A. I'll now make a capital I in the same fashion, so I'll drag straight up, click, and basically all this is going to be clicking and dragging. Let's see here, I'll click here. There we go, so I have a capital I. And finally the N. Just grab that, come over. And there's my name, all spelled out with just a line and using the Alt key to add in new anchor points or vector points. Okay? So I would pause the video here and have a quick go yourself, just so you can get used to adding in vector points to make modifications to your symbols or items or whatever you've made. Okay, now that you guys have had a go at that, we're also going to recreate a very simple logo or symbol. I'll give you two examples. I'll start off by making myself a gold square. Don't want it to be a perfect square. They've got a rectangle. Yeah, around there will do. With the line tool, I'm going to cut this rectangle into a triangle. Now what I'm able to do is click on these selections and delete them. Click on these lines and delete them. Now remember, don't double click because you'll select the entire stroke. You'll delete the entire black outline. We don't want to do that. You're just getting rid of these strokes by clicking on them once. I'm going to go back up to my line tool. I'm going to draw a line roughly here. Stop me if you know what I'm trying to draw. And again, go up to your selection tool or just press V. So I have my brush selected, just press V. That is the shortcut key to the selection tool. Then we're just going to delete those out. So there we go. There's my custom triforce made in Flash. And the other symbol I'm going to make, this time I'll start off with the oval tool. Change this to red. This one I do want to be a near perfect circle. Again, I'm going to grab this line and draw the line roughly around here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch out this line between the vector points. As you can see here, the line stretches from these points here. That's because when I put a line clean through the circle, because the two strokes were connected, it's added a brand new anchor point or vector point for me. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is change the color of that to white. I'm then going to right click on this line and copy it, just because I want it to be exactly the same angle with the curve. Excuse me. I'm going to paste that circle, that curved line, and bring it down here. A space in between. I'm going to delete these. I'm then going to go up to the rectangle tool. Again, you guys stop me if you know what I'm trying to draw. Any of you anime fans out there may recognize this symbol. Okay, and that is the symbol for the Uchiha clan from Naruto. Now, what I would urge you to do is try and recreate any very simple symbol. So, you know, basic shapes, squares, circles, triangles, and things like that. And just get used to chopping things up using lines to segregate fills, changing the fill colors. You want to look at things like the Pepsi logo or the London Underground logo, something of that nature. Just so it's something very simple for you to manipulate. But start off with basic shapes and use the line tool and different fill tools and the selection tool to then cut it up and see what you end up with. Okay, I just want to say thank you very much for your time. That has been tools. What we'll move on to next is animating. So we'll be using this timeline up here, and we'll look into keyframes and creating symbols and things of that nature. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.